Sometimes you have to look back to move forward, back to where it all began. Most legendary stories have one beginning. Ours, it has four. The gallant pioneers, the four lads who had a dream that continues to be our reality. Our badge is the embodiment of this dream. Since 1872, it's been our legacy. Sure, it's changed over time, but what it stands for has remained the same. It's built into the fabric of our club, the fabric of our city, the fabric of the four, inspired by the first and inspired by the past. We were here before everyone else. Glasgow is our city and Ibrox is our home. Pride, loyalty, glory. But it's more than that. It signifies a way of life, the success, the legends who came, who saw, who conquered, the legends who are no longer with us, the heartache, the joy, the euphoria. From the very beginning of our story, from there all the way to here, still winning, but never standing still. A celebration of the first 150 years. This is a memento of where we were, who we are now and where we are going. Getting ready for the next chapter. Our history is our present, and thanks to the four, we have a legacy of ready.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, folks, good evening and welcome to Blue Heart 1872 podcast. Tonight, folks, joined by Stuart Finlay up the north of England, John McKinnon from Brisbane, and back safely from Serbia is Wolf Marshall, smiling as usual. Good to see you guys. You all right?
Yeah,
definitely, Gary, thanks.
All good. Wolf, obviously back safe and well.
Yeah, back no problem. Everything went according to plan. I was told that Belgrade was going to be intimidating. It really wasn't. I mean, it was. I missed all this. I missed all the shenanigans on Wednesday night. I didn't arrive till about midnight. I believe it got a bit tasty in a couple of the hotels that Sports Options had booked.
Right.
A mate of mine got 4 stitches in the head when he got hit with some sort of club. I saw him before the game yesterday, so that wasn't great. But actually, on match day, didn't see any issues at all. Was in the square most of the day. Didn't see any issues at all. The police were fantastic. I was expecting the Serbian police to be a bit of an issue, but no problems with them at all.
The burgers look good as well, Wolf.
That was, I mean, as somebody pointed out, a lot of it was salad and the onion rings are about 3 foot thick. It was for £7.50. You can't argue, Stuart. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay, folks. If you're watching live, folks, please, if you're on Facebook, I want to see you share the page. Share this podcast. If you're on Twitter, retweet and give us a thumbs up. A couple of shout outs tonight, obviously, straight away to Don McLean, Robbie Logan, I know Robbie well. Phil Kane from Abu Dhabi, I know Phil well. Stephen Keegan, John Harris. Shout out to Raymond Williams for his amazing. Oh, no, I'm not reading that out. And good evening to Sasha. So, obviously, guys, last night, Rangers didn't win the game. We qualified. And we now know who we're playing the next round. I'm going to go to Stuart Finlay. Stuart, thoughts on last night?
At times it was behind the seat stuff, behind the couch. Without Mr. McGregor, I think it would have been a different outcome. I really do. But yeah, so happy that we got through. And then when the draw today, I don't think we could have had. Somebody could have just written down the route that we could possibly get to the final. That would be. It was handpicked, absolutely handpicked. I'm still buzzing from last night, even though we didn't win. At times we played really well. And with a couple of different decisions from Alfredo and that going forward, it could have been more comfortable for us. Yeah. But still buzzing.
Yeah. And John McKenna, John, yes. For you down in Brisbane, what time in the morning was that for you?
4:45.
In the Pig and Whistle? Were you in the Pig and Whistle?
In the house.
In the house? Right, okay.
Yeah.
John, do you think Rangers looked quite nervous in the first half?
I thought the first sort of, let's call it maybe 8 minutes of the game, we had them pegged back. We looked as though we were going for a quick goal. Yeah. But after that, it was kind of backs to the wall a little bit. But second half, we came into our own a little bit more. And obviously, once we got the goal, we settled down a bit. And we looked as if we were never going to lose the game. Ultimately, we did with a penalty kick. But we certainly don't do boring games in the Europa League in Europe.
No.
I can't remember a game going back maybe the past 2-3 years. It's been a boring game watching Rangers in Europe.
Yeah, it was very open.
Long may it continue.
Yeah, very open game. And then obviously we go to Wolf. Atmosphere in the stadium from the Rangers fans, what was it like?
The first 9 minutes, it was brilliant. The support were fantastic. Then they scored, and the one thing we didn't want to do was lose an early goal, and we lost an early goal. Yeah. And that kind of deflated us a bit, and it got them. I mean, the Red Star fans were quite good all throughout anyway, even at the start of the game. They were never. I mean, it was never intimidating, but I didn't think it was ever going to be because you've got a great big running track around that pitch. So, you're miles away from the action, you're miles away from them. But I mean, they were loud, they were constant. The early goal gave them a bit of impetus. We kind of, certainly as a support, we were very quiet after that for a spell. I mean, personally, the first thing I thought of when they scored early was Parkhead, because I thought that's what happened to Parkhead. They scored early, and then we got it to 40 minutes. It was still 1-0, and they were coming into the game, and I thought, this has got Parkhead written all over it if they score again. Second goal's crucial. And as John says, once we got the second goal, we were more relaxed. We were never going to lose the tie once we scored.
Yeah.
And it was one of those strange goals. I mean, I don't know how it looked on the telly because I've only seen it back once. But see from being behind that goal, every single one of us thought it went over the bar.
Yeah.
If you watch it back, there must be a momentary pause when the ball hitting the net and the Rangers end going nuts. Because we all thought it was over the bar. Yeah. And all of a sudden it was sitting in the bottom corner. And it was it was mental. It was just crazy. But after that, I was quite relaxed. One of my mates behind me, he was getting really upset at every misplaced pass and every bad decision. And I'm like, wait, but anyway, they need to score 3 goals.
Yeah.
And they were never going to score 3 goals. We were really, really comfortable. And yeah, as Stuart says, Griggsy made some decent saves. I mean, that boy's got a future, I think. And I think if he applies himself,
he's not bad, is he?
No, he's all right. But I mean, somebody else pointed out coming out the ground last night, none of the saves were really world class. They were decent saves. A couple of shots he stopped were decent.
I don't know. I think the one in the second half, Wolf, when the boy shot from the left hand side.
The one pushed over the bar.
He got a full hand.
I thought that was a decent save, but it was a save you kind of expect a decent goalkeeper to at least have a go at. But like you say, I mean, great. Absolutely gutted that we lost a late penalty to lose a game.
Get OD.
We have to lose the game, although we weren't great in the first half. But
yeah, it was disappointing to lose the game. But we were chatting about McGregor there, like that double save as well.
Yeah. He should have done better with the first time.
Emily critic
standards.
You would expect him to get that away the first time so he didn't have to make. But I mean, fair play to him, he got up and he made the second save.
Maybe he was bored.
Well,
just wanted some action.
But it's all coming into line when you look at the way this competition is going this season. I mean, even looking at it from now, we've drawn a Portuguese team in the quarter final. I wonder what happened in 1972 when we drew a Portuguese team in the quarter final.
Yeah,
and if the other tie goes a certain way, we could be playing a German team in the semi final. I wonder what happened in 1972. when we went to Barcelona who we could be playing in Seville if it all goes to plan. It's all coming. It's all lining up. It's all lining up.
We've already heard the conspiracy theorists today. We've the balls were heated up in the Sonic tunnel. I mean, Rangers.
They don't know how far this goes, Gary.
Some of the stuff from them on social media is absolutely mental. I saw a tweet from a Tim earlier on, somebody shared on my timeline that are Celtic in Europe? No. Are Rangers still in Europe? Yes. The Celtic get tough draws? Yes. The Rangers? No. In Borussia Dortmund, they had a fucking a fucking password. You know what I mean?
It's convenient amnesia.
Like it's unbelievable. It's absolutely
Moonhowling
unbelievable.
at its finest.
They haven't won a knockout game in Europe in about fucking 10 years.
18 years it is.
18 years. Alex Lowry was one.
I mean, that's ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
I was still a teenager then. You know what I mean?
Maybe John
as well, Wolf. I was hoping Porto would have beat Braga, and then we'd have went to Seville and played Porto in the final. How would that have fucked them off?
That would have been nice. That would have been nice.
One game at a time, guys.
I know.
Absolutely.
I know.
Absolutely.
Obviously, maybe John hasn't seen it, but John, obviously your time difference, but the Tims are meltdown on social media. But it's a fiction conspiracy. The draw about Braga, yeah. So,
what about Owen Hargreaves though? On the
that was it. Yeah.
He was for somebody who's never been associated with anything Rangers, for him to come out and say, from an independent, that
we Joe Cole
we
as
can't
well.
be good enough.
Joe Cole. He said, look, he said, I've played at Ibrox in a friendly. He says, it's just something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, so shout out to obviously Linda Ross saying good evening, guys. Even Linda. So obviously after the game, Wolf, what was were you in the city centre after the game last night?
Yes, but very briefly.
And there
was no trouble that I'm aware of. We got bussed back into the city. They said there'd be buses waiting for us. We came out and there wasn't. There was a fleet of taxis, which obviously people just gobbled up and they went away. So we were going to start walking into town.
Whoa.
Which maybe wouldn't have been the most sensible thing, but the police went, look, there's going to be buses along in a minute, and all of a sudden this bus appeared, and it was like a rugby scrum. Everybody just diving onto these buses. So they filled up with as many people as they could, and the bus just took off into town, dropped us off where we'd been picked up earlier on in the day.
Right.
And then we went their own separate way. Now I just went back to my hotel because I had a 4 o'clock pickup to get to the airport for a 6:30 flight. So, and I was knackered, so I just said, I'm just going back. But people I know that went out, they had no problems at all. Absolutely none at all.
Good.
For Wednesday night, as I said earlier. But no, it seemed to be okay. But what surprised me was that the Red Star fans actually left the ground, because when I was there in 2007, when we put them out in the Champions League qualifier, the police had to actually throw their support out the ground after about an hour and a half to let us leave.
Is that right?
20 minutes after the game finished, their end was empty. I was really surprised at that.
Yeah. Obviously, I don't know why you mightn't have seen it, Wolf, but John probably didn't see it, but Stuart probably did see it, was the report by the Scottish Sun on the trouble. The headline was Rangers fans chant sectarian song.
Yeah.
It wasn't about the fans being attacked. It was about us again, you know.
Well, the guy that I was speaking to that was attacked, and I know the guy, I know him quite well, and he's older than me. He's in his mid-50s. Right, he said there was 7 or 8 of them out for a drink on Wednesday night. They'd done the overnight with sports options, and they were walking down the street, no colours on because they're not stupid. They weren't singing, they weren't doing anything, and all of a sudden, just a dozen guys with bats just come out of the shadows and set about them. He ended up with 4 stitches in the head wound. Somebody else got 10 stitches. Another guy ended up in hospital. He says what made it worse was when they were on the ground, they were still having a go at them. You know, and they were just walking about minding their own business. It was probably blatantly obvious that they were Rangers fans, although there were no colours on.
Yeah.
Because in Eastern Europe, Westerners stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's just, totally unprovoked attacks. As I say, last night that I'm aware of, nothing happened. I've got pals that were still there today, and they got on fine today. So I think it's one of those in Europe, it tends to be the night before the game because they think they've got a free pass because there's not so many police about.
Yeah.
You know, because, I mean, the the Red Star Ultras were having a nice wee running match with the police just after the final whistle yesterday. They all started running to our left, and then all of a sudden turned around and started running the other way. Then it was all finished and the end was empty. It was quite bizarre.
Yeah, good, okay. Obviously, at the end of the game, there was a shenanigans involving Connor Goldson. Now, Connor Goldson's social media has been filled with racist remarks towards Connor Goldson. Did you see anything of that, Wolf? Did you see?
No, I actually had to phone home to find out why there was like a kind of a mass scrum of players in the middle of the park, when apparently they took a bit of offence to him celebrating in front of the ultras. Well, if you take offence to an opposition player celebrating, quite simply don't get beat.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
When the final whistle went, he went to their fans straight round, and he was giving it, fist pumping and all that.
But I would imagine there was a reason why Connor Goldson did do that, because Connor Goldson probably was getting pelters all 90 minutes from them.
I would doubt very much if he'd heard them, because as I say, there's an 8-lane running track between the edge of the pitch and the stands, and then there's still a bit of grass at the back. So I mean, he would have done well to actually hear individual shouts. But we don't know. He's maybe been getting other stuff on social media nobody's picked up on.
Yeah. Maybe it was me. Maybe it was me who was here.
John?
I says maybe it was me that he was hearing. I wasn't too impressed with some of his defending last night.
No, it wasn't the best, but I'd like to know what Calvin Bassey had on his feet last night. I think he was playing in a pair of fucking glasses.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. But during the game, I know we've got there, but and I know he sent a candle for the goal, but I thought Glenn Kamara had a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, he didn't have one of his best games. Didn't have one of his best games, to be honest.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the only one.
There was
a couple.
I would say John Lundstrom and that young goalkeeper we had would have got past marks, and the rest of them not so much.
I was expecting to see. Be honest, I thought we would see Ramsey in the second half for Kamara. You know.
But then I expected to see Roof at half time from Morelos, because nothing was sticking to him. It just wasn't working.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was annoying them because they're scared of him, but nothing. Every time the ball came to him, it bounced off him. When the couple of shots he had were like pass backs, you know what I mean? But
is there any update on Morelos with the?
I was going to ask.
I think he was just wasting time, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I seen a cracking tweet.
Riding that ice cream cart.
Yeah, I seen a cracking tweet where just superimposed McGregor going, "Yeah, that's my."
You've got to take your hat off to McGregor as well, because the referee warned him after about 25 minutes about his time wasting, and he still never got booked.
No, brilliant.
The ref actually wasted their time with McGregor pulling them up about it.
I know. But we're getting cute like that now, because we weren't like that before. You know, they're going down and they're staying down until they have to get up, whereas before they would just get up.
Yeah,
you know? We're getting good at that.
Yeah. So obviously we know who we're playing next. Braga. It was 2 years ago we played them. I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Obviously, listen. I know everyone isn't thinks it's a conspiracy, but we couldn't have wished for a better draw. No draw's easy, but if you give me that, I would have taken it all day long. I just laugh because my screen's full of messages.
What we have to do is just still not underestimate them.
Yeah, exactly. They're a decent team, but I mean,
even though they're lying fourth in the league, and I think they're 23 points behind the leaders. And
but there's no. As you know, there's no bad teams in the quarterfinal of a European competition.
No,
and that includes us. No,
yeah,
we're not a bad team either.
Well, they wouldn't want to draw us. We'll be happy with getting Braga, then Braga will be getting us.
Braga won't want us though. But their manager was interviewed earlier on in Sky, and I mean he was quite what's the word I'm looking for? He was, if you want to say, bumming Rangers up in my eyes, you know, and very happy. What a club, basically. Somebody's got something. Is there a drone there? No.
No, it's a fan. My fan in the corner.
Oh, is that this?
I don't know if you saw their social media today after the draw. UEFA posted UEFA's the Europa League Twitter page posted a picture of one of Braga's goals at Ibrox, and whatever the guy's name was scores at Ibrox, and Braga's Twitter feed answered it and says, "Yeah, then came Hadji."
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, we look at it as a favourable draw for us, and then obviously if we so one game at a time, as John says. But we're going to talk about this. If we did manage to get through Braga, then we face Leipzig or Atalanta.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a favourable draw for Rangers, but as Wolf says, there's no easy teams left. But at Ibrox, I fancy us against anybody.
Yeah. And what I'd really like is if we do progress for us to be the away team first, and then they have to come back to Ibrox, because Ibrox under the lights.
Well, I think that's the way the draw came out anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
But Ibrox under the lights, there is no more better atmosphere than when, and we've all experienced it.
Yeah,
over the years.
I'm not quite sure how 50,000 bears would handle a penalty shootout in a semi-final at Ibrox, because that's likely what would happen, knowing the things that we get. You know what I mean? It was one thing, 2,000 or 3,000 of us being in Florence watching it. It'd be quite another thing. 50,000 holding their breath at Ibrox. That would just be. I'll be honest. I don't know if I could stay in the ground for it.
Okay, right.
But it's not going to get to that, Wolf. It's not going to get to that.
Well, let's just get by Braga first.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why we do one game at a time. Braga. Obviously, something else that obviously broke out yesterday doing the rounds. Wolf, you probably would have seen it when you're away, and that is that the Sydney Cup Rangers may not be going there after all. John McKinnon, I'm very sorry.
Listen, I haven't even. The tickets came out this week, and for all accounts, the Bears were snapping them up. I haven't been near a ticket yet.
Yeah,
I'm not saying if it comes off I won't go. I haven't decided yet, but I haven't went near a ticket. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
But obviously, I've had the email from Club 1872 saying about the recent reports that the Rangers may be pulling out, and what they did say was obviously they're a shareholder. They had written to Stuart Robertson on the board at the time this was announced, and Rangers have failed to respond to them.
I saw that.
That doesn't surprise me, to be honest. I mean, if it doesn't happen and it's beginning to sound like it won't happen, it depends the reasons given for it for me. Because if it's just the fact that it was announced too early and the contracts have been broken, whatever, then Rangers still agreed to go and play there and can't play there because the thing's been pulled. If it turns out that it's been pulled because Rangers have come out and pulled out of it, then that's fine. They'll get a bit of credibility back. But if the thing just falls apart and Rangers were still prepared to go, to me, they're still not getting any credibility for it because they should never have agreed to it in the first place.
Yeah.
And it might have something to do with like Gordon Survivor on Facebook. With him putting his post. He had an interview with Australian Crime Weekly.
Yeah.
And he's had requests from other mainstream Australian news networks wanting to find out more.
Yeah. I've seen that. So he's obviously doing his bit. Well, I mean, Nick, but the bit that's gone for me is the fact that as a shareholder, I was one of the ones that bought the Rangers first, now become Club 1872. The fact that the board has just ignored the letter. That shouldn't be happening.
No, it shouldn't, but it is.
So for me, if Rangers don't go to this tournament, and I don't think they should go. When this dies down, the people on that board should be removed.
I think that's a whole show in itself. I think we should be discussing things that are more upbeat.
No, but this is
downbeat.
We're not being. We've got to discuss what's on the news, and that was yesterday. I actually expected Rangers to announce today after the draw that they wouldn't be going. I thought they were holding that to after the draw.
Yeah, I was half expecting that as well. To be honest.
Obviously, it's just not the way they're working at the moment.
But they just don't seem to be working at all. I mean,
I know.
Totally agree with you. Acknowledge a letter. They haven't even, to my knowledge, they haven't even acknowledged any letters that they've received from. I know they received a letter from Gary Gillan at NASA. He emailed his displeasure on behalf of NASA.
Yeah.
After they had a committee meeting, according to his podcast on Tuesday there, and he's not even had the courtesy of an acknowledgement they've read the thing. You know what I mean? Now, they're a major supporters organisation. Okay, they're not shareholders as such. Individually, some members will be, but you know, I mean, how difficult is it to say, yeah, we've taken on board and we're looking into it, or just something, anything, you know, just a courtesy of a reply.
Yeah.
Has Orsa heard anything, John? Have you heard anything from them?
No, well, I'm not aware of Orsa. I've heard anything. I really don't know what's going on with this game, to be honest with you. All I know is the tickets came out this week, and there's quite a lot of people that I know have been buying the tickets, try to organise flights and stuff like that to go to Sydney. We ourselves as a club, we've had members coming on and guys that aren't members, but they come to the odd game here and there. They've been contacting myself and the club and to ask whether we're doing anything as a club, i.e., like, are we going to be like an agent for selling tickets, stuff like that? Can they get tickets through the club? And the short answer to that is no. I've not even heard anything from tournament organisers or ORSA to say that ORSA member clubs are getting X amount of tickets or were involved in distributing tickets. So for that sort of point of view, we haven't done anything yet as a club, and I'm saying yet we might not do anything. It might just be, as you guys have touched on it, Rangers might pull out of this.
Yeah. Glenn Mallock, obviously from Melbourne, was on here a few weeks ago. He messaged me yesterday morning. I think it was yesterday morning, and was basically telling me, but I'd already seen it. But what he said was that the guy that was reporting that it's not going to happen was the guy that actually broke the story that it was happening. So this guy's in the know.
Yeah, he was a New Zealand journalist, wasn't he?
Is that was New Zealand? Was that right? Okay.
Yeah, I think it was.
I saw that. Yeah.
Morning, gentlemen.
Afternoon, Mr. Hosey.
Morning, Darren.
I can't do a night after the after European game.
Lightweight.
5 more minutes roll over again. How we doing, sir?
Yeah. Yeah, so you're saying there it was a New Zealand journalist. That's I seen that. So obviously that guy's got the information from somewhere. Yeah,
obviously. I've not been following it because I've not really been totally interested in it, to be quite honest. And there's no way, shape, form against any Australian bear. If they want to go and see that game, then go with my best wishes. But yeah, I've not been really interested in it. So it was a little bit of breaking news.
You know, if this tournament doesn't happen, and it shouldn't, right, or it certainly shouldn't happen, us playing against them, right. But if it doesn't happen, I actually hope that Rangers still send the team to Australia at that time.
Yeah,
you know, just to play local A-League teams, because the Australian Bears have got. No, their excitement levels are obviously through the roof. The Rangers are coming to their country. You know, it'd be great for them. These guys don't get to see games very often. I mean, they can't be like John and shooting back to Scotland every whim. You know what I mean? Although the last team wasn't for the best of reasons, but you know what I mean. It'd be great for them to get to see them.
Yeah,
so I don't see why Rangers still shouldn't go, but certainly not go to play them.
Yeah. Well, obviously, but it's looking more likely, as you say, that it's not going to happen. But as I say, well, if I was really expecting after that draw today for the club, then they come with a hammer blow and say, well, by the way, we're not going to Australia to play them.
I thought that, but maybe they were going to if last night had gone wrong.
Well, you see, this is what I'm going to. This is what I'm going to come up next. Because if last night had it went wrong, now it just shows you, because Stuart says there, but we need to be upbeat when we're talking. But if last night had it went wrong, you would hear a hell of a lot more about Australia today.
Of course you would. I mean, there was one chorus of "Stick Your Friendly" where the sun don't shine last night, and that was it.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot more at domestic games recently. It'll be interesting to see what it's like at Dens Park on Sunday, because with this news that it might be getting canned, whether that'll change the atmosphere or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it will until they actually say, look, we aren't going, or we're not playing in this tournament.
Yeah. But obviously, Darren, you maybe missed what we were talking about there, and that was obviously there's a lot of rumours going around now that the Rangers are not going to travel to Australia.
Yeah. Saw that last night. Yeah.
Yeah, but the what I was saying to the lads was Club 1872 is a shareholder at Rangers. They've sent an email out last night saying that they had written to Stuart Robertson on the board, saying that basically they were against the club travelling out to play Celtic out there, and the Rangers board has just totally ignored the letter. Not even a response.
No, nothing ever good happens when you know your customers, you know. But if they are going to go, then, well, if they are going to go and play Celtic, then come out and say it. At least people can react to bad news. But to say nothing is pretty poor, to be honest. Unless, as you were saying, Gary, maybe it's not after the good draw last night, yesterday, or the great result the night before. Maybe, and let's hope not, if Celtic were to beat us next week, they might come out and say then we're not going to Australia, or maybe riding the crest of a wave of beating Celtic, they come out and say it as well. So I think I think I said the other week there, it's a situation that's just been badly handled from the beginning. You know, for the fact that they leaked it, we all know why, although everyone's scared to see the media the day before. Yeah. It's just been badly handled, you know. And it just, I remember one of the boys from Australia texted me, he says, "You coming down for it?" I says, "No, I doubt it." That was just when it broke out of back. I says, "Look," I said, "and to be honest, it looks like we've lost the PR battle before the battle begins."
Yeah.
So badly handled. It was amateurish, you know. How
yeah.
handled.
Now, I'm going to go to John for this, because obviously I've seen, I don't know where it's people making this stuff up and all this here, and I've seen all these pictures and adverts for this game in Australia. John, is it being treated as Ange's homecoming?
Well, it depends who you listen to, I think. I think the closer the game, let's just go on the sort of premise that the game's going ahead, right? The closer this game gets coming up to it, the Ange thing's getting cranked up. I was watching the Rangers game yesterday, and after the Rangers game, it went to I was staying on for the West Ham game, and the studio in here was what's the guy who played in goals for Man United? Mark Bosnich.
Yeah,
he was on with other guy Foster, and all they talked about was Celtic. Yeah, and they're not even in the Europa League. They were still going on about Celtic played this. They were talking about Bodo Glimt, actually. They put the highlights on Bodo Glimt. And then all of a sudden it was, how Celtic, are doing well and this and that, you know what I mean? So that's just a tiny snippet of what's coming. It's coming for us.
What's coming on?
Yeah. This game goes ahead.
Yeah.
It's like I said, our biggest, I said it in one of the other pods, our biggest sort of marketing thing that we had in Australia was Steven Gerrard, without a doubt.
Yeah,
because I used to go in and was bumping into Liverpool fans, and straight away they knew if we were Rangers fans, straight away they wanted us to win just because of Steven Gerrard.
Yeah.
And now that he's not there, and it's the Australian way actually. All the neutrals, they'll definitely plump for Celtic, I'd imagine. So it's, as I say, there is little bits coming on Mainly, I'm mainly picking up on social media about the game, about tickets and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I would hope that the game doesn't go ahead. Personally, I'm not really. I love to see Rangers out here. Don't get me wrong. I'm like all the rest of the Bears out here. We want to go and watch Rangers live. Doesn't matter what sort of team they put out. We'll go and support it. But we'd be supporting it through gritted teeth.
Do you know what I found quite strange? It was at the launch in front of the Opera House. They had Scott McDonald from Celtic and they had David Mitchell for Rangers. Now, where was like Kevin Muscat, Ian Ferguson, or anything like that? The players that I wrote, Craig Moore,
Stuart Monroe.
Why couldn't they?
Stuart Monroe's came out. He's had a bit in the press about it.
What's he saying?
Well, he's kind of saying it was more sort of about Postecoglou, how he coached with him or coached against him, and he knows him really well. But again, this is like an ex-Rangers player, and it's all about Postecoglou. You know what I mean? They're asking him things about Postecoglou. Don't get me wrong. Stuart Monroe said he obviously he wants Rangers to win, and he'll be at the game if the game goes ahead and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But it's very anything about this game's Postecoglou comes into it.
Yeah,
because of the connection here.
Yeah, I mean, as Stuart says, there's another one out there at the minute is Tony Vidmar.
Yeah, that was the name I was trying to remember.
I knew seen a podcaster last week, and it was Ian Ferguson actually commented on it, saying he said that the board should listen to the fans, but clearly the board doesn't want to listen to the fans. So we'll leave that there. But anyway, so we move on to Dundee on Sunday. We know Wolf will be there again. Wolf, you there last Sunday as well?
I was there last Sunday. Yep, I'll be there this Sunday. I'll be at Ibrox tomorrow for the B team game. Looking forward to it. Great weekend of Rangers this weekend. Really looking forward to it.
Right, okay. Are we expecting the same sort of performance as last Sunday, this Sunday, Stuart?
Hopefully. Just go out, do the job, get it over and done with. Just try not to have this European hangover that we sometimes have. Just go out and blow them away.
It's not the European hangover we need to worry about. It's the one-off special strip we're wearing we need to worry about. They're wearing the anniversary strip that they were supposed to wear against Aberdeen. They're wearing that on Sunday. But they're putting a sponsor on it.
At least it's better than that purple one.
It's better than the purple one, but I think it's quite. I personally think it's a bit. Well, we'll wear it in the anniversary game against Aberdeen. They decide last minute, no, they won't. They won't. They'll wear it at a later game, and then they wear it at a game that's on the telly.
Yeah.
I got to wonder, are they not shifting enough of these things? Are they not shifting enough of these things?
Well, I keep on getting emails saying they're on sale.
Yeah.
I think I had 3 today.
Yeah.
I get half a dozen emails a day from Castle.
I know.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Thoughts on Aaron Ramsey last Sunday?
I thought he had a decent enough game. Opposition weren't great, which helps. I'm actually expecting a harder game on Sunday against them. I always think when you play the same opposition, like back to back, it's never, the two games are never the same. So I'm expecting Dundee to put a bit more resistance up on Sunday. So we'll need to be on our game and I think to get the points.
Yeah,
I thought he had a decent game. Some of the little flicks and touches that he done to put the ball around a player was like the Aaron Ramsey of old. It was, but he needs a run of games.
Yeah. Do you think we'll see Aaron Ramsey start this Sunday?
Yeah, I think we'll want to rest some of the players on Thursday.
But why would we rest? Why would we rest players when they've got 2 weeks off? Just go out, strongest team, go out, smash Dundee for a few, make a dent in the goal difference. And then
I can see your point, Wolf. I can see your point.
But Wolf, maybe it's not. Maybe it's fair to say not rest, but there'll be some tired legs after last night.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt for a minute we'll rotate some of them out. But I mean, like Aaron Ramsey's going to play 2 games for Wales, or the best part of 2 games for Wales, so he'll get plenty of game time coming up. I would personally start him on Sunday. I really would. I thought he would play last night at some point, and he didn't.
Yeah,
maybe just because of the way the game was going. But Stuart says this Sunday will be harder than last Sunday, because last Sunday that was a free hit for Dundee. If they get knocked out of the cup, nobody expected them to win. But they're rooted to the bottom of the league. They need the points.
Yeah.
So they'll need to throw themselves about a bit more.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a tougher game on Sunday. But having said that, I also think we're due to give somebody an absolute scalping.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally agree with that one.
The chances we're making and not
Go ahead there, Darren. What were you saying?
We're saving that for next weekend, giving somebody a right good scalping.
Could do with that. I mean, that's what everybody keeps saying. Let's take care of Dundee and put a hole in the goal difference. But if we take 5 off Celtic, that's a 10-goal swing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's also a goal difference, right? Yeah.
But again, if you win every game 1-0, you win the championship.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And I'll settle for that. Never mind the goal difference.
Absolutely. With you 100%.
I'll take them.
Yep. With you 100%.
I think we all
So, what changes are we going to see? We think I don't think Alfie will play.
Helander might come back in 2.5.
I think Helander's a cert to start. I think Helander's a cert to start.
For Balogun?
Yeah, for Balogun, yeah.
Yeah. Arfield might start in place of Rebo. I don't think there'll be many changes actually. Maybe 2, 3, 4.
I think Sakala might get a start. Sakala might get a start because he's pace.
Yeah.
In place of who, Stuart?
I actually think it might be a Rebo. I really do. Because I don't know what it is with a Rebo at the moment. It's just there's confidence there, but lack of confidence. Does that make sense? He's just not been the same player since coming back from the African Cup of Nations. So I think just maybe I'll take him out the limelight a little bit, put Sakala in. I don't think Morelos will start. I think it'll be Roof.
I think that Morelos one might be a sneaky. That's him injured. Give him Sunday off and pull him out of the Colombia squad.
Yeah, do you know, Wolf? That was the first thing I said to Maureen last night when he got on the golf cart the second time round.
Was that what it was? A golf cart? I thought it was an ice cream van.
Aye. There was no Mr. Whippy on it.
Weren't they? They were desperate to get somebody on that.
But I said to Maureen straight away, I said, I bet you that's a way of getting them away to Colombia.
But if it's his choice, he'll go to Colombia.
Well, South American, they're so proud. They always want to play for their country. But yeah, it could be an outlet for us.
But this Alfie maybe saying went last time, didn't get a kick. I've got a chance to stay here and have a go at Celtic.
That was the last time because he came back really pissed off and started scoring goals again.
That's exactly what I was going to wait to say, Wolf. Let him go over there, not play, come back, be the right moody so-and-so that he can be, and just go out and destroy teams.
Just get back in time for the Celtic game.
Yeah.
But what time does he get back?
He should be back by the Friday.
Yeah. Maybe about 10:30. Get
so
half an hour from the airport.
It's only Colombia he's going to.
That's only across. It's only Colombia. Back on the Friday.
Just get the bus back.
Yeah. So the changes we'll see. Obviously, McGregor will definitely start against Dundee.
Can't even drop him.
I think he might play McLaughlin, actually.
Do you think they'll go with McLaughlin the same as last Sunday?
So I mean, we never had a save to make last week, did he? To be honest with you. Like I said, I'm expecting Dundee to be a bit more lively this week.
Well, they'll have Zach Rudden up front for a start, so I mean he's more likely to nick a goal than anything they had up front last week because he was cup tied last week.
Yeah.
So obviously, McLaughlin, you think, John?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it's McGregor had a big night the other night, and I know he's we've got to protect him a little bit. I think his age, body. But again, it might be McGregor's call. Gio might have said to McGregor, "Look, it's up to you. If you want to start the game, we'll play you." You know what I mean? But
you never know. But even bringing in McLaughlin to rest McGregor, it's no great.
I mean, he's going to have a break anyway. You know what I mean after this game, but
because once we play this, we have 2 weeks. Is that right?
Yep.
2 weeks, and then we play them. So we'd probably try and protect, like McGregor in case anything did go wrong. Or at Dundee, we don't want McGregor to take an injury or nothing before that game against them. Definitely want him. So, anything else, lads? Before we go to predictions for Dundee, I was nearly right last time. I said 4-0, fucking 3-0. I was hoping it was good to 4. So, predictions for Sunday then. I'll go to Darren Jose first.
I think we'll get a tougher game than we got last week, but I'm going to go 1-0. I'll settle for that from now until the end of the season, and then we win the treble.
Fucking hell, you need me bad with my nerves, right? Okay. I'll go with Stuart now. Stuart, prediction.
I'm going to go 2-0, and I'm actually going to go for the first goal scorer.
Hold on,
Connor Goldson.
Right.
So 2-0 with Connor Goldson.
Right, and before I ask John and Wilf, anybody else put their comments in what they think? Alan Simpson says 4-0 to Rangers. I'll go to Wilf. Wilf, prediction for Sunday.
6.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Jesus.
Right.
And in fairness, Wilf has been pretty there or thereabouts with the predictions we've done on the pods. 6. Okay.
I just fancy us as the previous manager would say, just leave everything out there because we've got a 2-week break coming up. Just go out there and rattle in a few goals.
Oh, someone's going to be on the receiving end of one.
And if you want a first goal scorer, I'll give you one from left field, Aaron Ramsey.
You beat me to it. That's who I was going to say would get the goal, Aaron Ramsey. Right,
I'm going to change my mind with first goal scorer. I'm going to go with my favourite 3 words: penalty to Rangers.
All right, so Alan Simpson saying Ryan Jack for the first goal. Robbie Logan says 4-0 to Rangers. Mazza Keegan says 3-1 to the Rangers. John McKinnon
4-1 Rangers.
Well, you might as well give us a goal scorer because Stuart's added the goal scorer thing in.
Goal scorer, I'm going to go Ryan Kent. First goal.
Right, okay. I'm going to go 3-0 Rangers. First goal scorer, Helander.
Every chance. There's every chance.
I just want to see the 3 words come up on Twitter all the time.
Penalty to Rangers. Darren, we never got the one and only goal scorers. You're going to pick 1-0.
Scott Arfield.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, huh? Yeah.
I'm gonna put that bet on later. I think responsibly, of course, if I'm gambling.
Brilliant. Okay, lads. So, anything else, though?
How's the preparations for the League Rugby game going, Gary?
Going very well. Tickets. If you haven't got a ticket now, folks, you might not get one. That's all I'm going to say. Obviously, all the shirts have been sponsored. You know the players. You've already seen the list of players. I'm waiting on 2-3 players to let me know. That'll be another 3. I'll forget one of them. That'll be a bonus. The pre-match VIP with Wally Henderson, that's sold out the first week. And then obviously we've got the night gig with Mark Haitley,
Keith Gillespie,
Pedro Mendes, Keith Gillespie, then David Tanner from Sky's doing the MC. But there may be another name getting added this week to that, which decent. That's all I'll say. But I can't say nothing in case it doesn't happen.
Can we guess?
You can guess all you want, but I'm not going to tell you who it is. You can guess all you want. Big name, yeah. Big name. That's all I'll say. Yeah.
I like seeing Mikhailichenko because they don't come
I'm
as
just
big
about to
as
say
that.
that, Wolf. That's a big name.
Yeah, that's just something as you say.
Herman Hierdraschen.
When you're saying there about Mikhailichenko, obviously, did any of you see the video of Oleg Salenko?
No.
I must say, I'll put it on the group chat. Honestly, Oleg Salenko's in Ukraine.
So's Mikhailichenko.
Aye, but Oleg Salenko
Fighting beside his son.
Yeah, but Oleg Salenko is a Russian.
Yeah, but his mother's Ukrainian.
I'm not sure, but his wife.
One side of the family is Ukrainian, but he lives in Ukraine.
Yeah, but anyway, if you see this video, you will not believe that this is Oleg Salenko, but it's him because it's in the papers and all. The papers have covered it. But I've got the video. I'll send it in the group chat. You will not believe this is Oleg Salenko. But he's there. He said in the video that he has basically fell out with his ex-wife over this because she's in Russia and she's saying it's not true what's happening. So obviously the media in Russia are manipulating it.
Propaganda.
Sounds familiar from where I live.
But I don't know about you, but I think whenever this does end, and it will end, I think Rangers should be looking at bringing Mikhailichenko and his family and Kuznetsov and Eason's back to Ibrox for a game.
Let's just hope that they get out of it all in one piece and they all survive. And
Yeah.
Totally agree.
But I will send you the Oleg Salenko video, and you will be surprised. He's got long hair.
I hope his shooting's improved.
It wasn't that bad.
You teed that up, Gary. You teed that up.
Anyway, okay, lads. We'll not be on next week, obviously, because we haven't got a game, but the following week we'll be back. So thanks for coming on, lads. And we're glad to have you back, Wolf, safely from Serbia.
Glad to be back, especially with 2 games this weekend. So happy days.
Yeah. Okay.
I've heard rumours that the Rangers B game's on Rangers TV tomorrow.
Oh, is it?
How legit it
I
is.
believe it's not just rumours that it's available.
Yeah.
They're actually doing a weekend package. 2
What
games.
time's the game, Wolf?
1 o'clock. Well, 1 o'clock UK time.
1 o'clock
Yeah.
UK.
You can actually buy that game coupled with the ladies' game at Spartans on Sunday afternoon as a 2-game package. Don't know much it but I haven't.
That's Saturday UK.
Saturday UK, the Old Firm game Saturday UK.
I'll watch it tomorrow night then.
1 o'clock.
Tonight.
Oh, is that 1 o'clock tomorrow? The Rangers Old Firm one there?
Rangers beat against Celtic. Be the one that was cancelled on Hogmanay. It's tomorrow at Ibrox. I believe they sold about 10,000 tickets.
That's what night June sorted then.
So that'll be decent. Yeah, but it's definitely
Yeah, okay. Okay, lads, thanks for coming on. If you stay on, I'll speak to you after, all right?
Right. Cheers, Gary.
All right, lads. All right. Thanks, lads.
Night.
Thank you. Okay, folks, there you have it. Another podcast done. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're on the Facebook page now, please share this, and if you're on Twitter, retweet. Folks will not be on next week, obviously, because we haven't got a game, but we'll be back the following week. So thanks for joining, and I hope you enjoyed it. Good night, folks.